Ohrid is a city in North Macedonia and is the seat of the Ohrid municipality. It is the largest city on Lake Ohrid and the 8th largest city in the country, with the municipality recording a population of over 42,000 inhabitants as of the last census. Ohrid is known for once having 365 churches, one for each day of the year, and has been referred to as a Jerusalem of the Balkans. The city is rich in picturesque houses and monuments, and tourism is predominant. It is located southwest of Skopje, west of Resen and Bitola. In 1979, Ohrid and Lake Ohrid were accepted as cultural and natural World Heritage Sites by UNESCO. Ohrid is one of only 28 sites that are part of UNESCO's World Heritage that are cultural as well as natural sites. In antiquity, the city was known under the ancient Greek name of Lycnidos. It became capital of the First Bulgarian Empire in the early medieval period and was often referred to by Byzantine writers as Akrida. Ohrid was a cultural center of great importance for the Balkans. Almost all surviving churches were built by the Byzantines and by the Bulgarians. The rest of them date back to the short time of Serbian rule during the late Middle Ages. The city is home to medievalesque architecture and narrow cobblestone streets. A visit to the city is like a travel back in time several centuries ago. Touted as a vacationer's paradise, the city has been hit by tourism waves. It also offers spectacular views, glimmering sandy beaches, and lots of cuisines ranging from Turkish to Mediterranean, all on a budget. One reason to visit Ohrid is its rich history. The city is one of Europe's oldest settlements and an epicenter of Slavic culture and religion. The buildings lining the old town of the city point to its rich history. Lake Ohrid is one of the oldest and deepest lakes in Europe. Ohrid is surrounded by a beautiful natural landscapes of mountains for attractive, breathtaking views. It also features hills, reconstructed stilted villages, waterside resorts and beaches. You will enjoy exploring the vigorous cycling and hiking trails that gives great views of the lake. Other reasons to visit Ohrid include the great views and delicious food it offers. It also has incredible architecture, busy nightlife, and outdoor adventures such as kayaking and cliff climbing. The city is one of the most seductive destinations in North Macedonia. Traditional restaurants and lakeside cafes liven up the cobblestone streets, which in high summer can be very lively indeed. Outside of July and August, the tourist circus subsides and the town becomes more lived in. The city is small enough to hop from historic monuments into a deck chair and dip your toes in the water. A lovely little town beach and boardwalk make the most of the town's natural charms. A holiday atmosphere prevails all summer, when it's a good idea to book accommodation in advance. Ohrid's busiest time is from mid-July to mid-August, during the popular summer festivals. Skimming the surface of the water along Ohrid's shore, snaking towards canoe fishing village and the town's most famous church, this overwater boardwalk takes you to a beautiful outcrop of rocky beaches and a handful of small restaurants and bars. On a hot day, the area is thronged by bathers, drinkers and diners. The cool waters are translucent and inviting, the cliff-baked setting is sublime, and strolling this stretch of coast up to the church of Svätý Jovan at Kanio is an Ohrid must. Deck chairs line the shore around the bars, and at night the boardwalk is illuminated by the same quaint house-shaped street lights you will see in town. If you don't want to walk both ways, take one of the small taxi boats from the base of Kanio Church back to the port. Samuel's Fortress is a fortress in the old town of Ohrid. It was the capital of the First Bulgarian Empire during the rule of Tsar Samuel of Bulgaria at the turn of the 11th century. Today, this historical monument is a major tourist attraction and was heavily restored in 2003 with the addition of entirely new battlements where none had survived. According to recent excavations by Macedonian archaeologists, it was contended that this fortress was built on the place of an earlier fortification dated to the 4th century BC, which was probably built by King Philip II of Macedon. During the 10th century, King Samuel of Bulgaria restored the fortress by rebuilding it into a medieval-style stronghold which still stands as is today. Among the things to visit in Ohrid, we name a few. Visit the Church of St. John at Kanio. In the old town, visit the Tsar Samuel's Fortress. Also in the old town, you must visit the Church of Saint Sophia, also the Church of Saints Clement and Panteleimon. Also in the old town is the ancient theater of Ohrid. Another place to visit is the old bazaar. And after all this, you can just relax at one of the many beaches that are along the town's coast. With Ohrid being one of the most popular travel destinations in the Balkans, you won't have any trouble finding accommodation here. If you only have a couple of days in Ohrid, then we highly recommend to stay closer to the old town, where you will find many of the sites. This way you won't have to arrange taxis or any other form of transport to go sightseeing. The best time to visit Ohrid is between the months of May and September. In the months of May, June and September, you will have the best chance of good weather with warm sunny days for you to enjoy the lake while avoiding the larger majority of the crowds. However, in the month of October, you can still enjoy a pleasant 20 degrees weather mixed in with a few days of rain.